my dream, I was in a house. It wasn't my house, and I was being held captive with several other children. There was an infant there, and there were toddlers, and I was one of the oldest children. The people that were keeping us held captive weren't really doing anything with us, but they were scary as hell. They seemed to be some sort of gang member, like gang members, something like that. There was something that was really upsetting to me is they kept this can and it smoked. It was some sort of smoker can, and they kept it in the face of the baby, the infant. I didn't know why. And at one point, I remember grabbing the can out of the baby's face and throwing it, trying to throw it up on the roof of the house, and missing. And the big, ugly brute that was in charge of watching us, grabbing it and putting it back in the baby's face. And I said, why are you doing that? There's something not right about it. It's just to keep the babies docile, to keep them docile. He wanted to put it in the toddler's face. I said, no, it wasn't in the toddler's face. It was in the little baby's face. So he went and he moved it over into the little baby's face. And I started looking for a way to get out. The house was like a complete shambles. Like it was not well kept. Everything was everywhere. And I saw a giant red wrench, a big old red wrench. So I grabbed it and put it in my back pocket. And I went to run. I didn't get far. He wasn't alone. And before I knew it, I ended up back inside the house. None of the brutes that were there touched me or hurt me, but I was being held there against my will. At one point, I remember coming outside of the house or looking out. I don't know if I came outside or if I was looking out the window, but when I looked outside, I was looking outside. There were many houses on the street, and in each house, it was a different group of gang, and you could tell because they all had their different vests. And I remember hearing, this is where the hardest of the hardest gang members' houses are. These are the baddest gangs of all. Each has their own house. They were horrible, and they all had different names, and they all had different images. But it was really scary, and the whole street was filled with them. And at some point, I realized that the keys to my cutlass were sitting on a table in the kitchen, and my car was parked right out front. So it's like, well, let me see if I can get away, and I'll go get help and come back for all of you. So we concocted a plan. My daughter was there. She grabbed the keys off the table for me, so slick and silent. She handed them to me, so slick and silent. And the one person that was visible was busy in the backyard. So I grabbed the keys silently from my daughter's hand and ran out the front door and went to my car, and the battery was dead. I kept trying to turn it on, and I said, well, let me at least take it at a park, and maybe I can roll my ass away. A ridiculous thought. Especially since when I realized that where I was, it was a rectangle. There was no way out. Literally, it was like if you could imagine being enclosed in a 1-block square. This is completely encircled on all sides. And even then, one of the other...
What is your problem? Finish. Well, we're listening to the good story.
This dream is quite disturbing because it seems to be that people are being held captive by very dark forces. All of those gang members seem to be quite hellish, demonic, evil. There were so many of them. They were the worst of the worst. And all of their children, they were using this gas to keep them all mellow, subdued, and oblivious. They wanted us to stay in the house and watch TV and things like that. And when I finally did try to get away, I looked at the street in front of me. It was a dead end. I looked at the street behind me. It was a dead end. There was literally no way out.
Okay. Oh,
I can't wait to get more about this dream. I know there's something so important here. I gotta wake up first, though.
I think the most important part of that whole recording I did about the dream that I had was I gotta wake up first, though. Seriously, I think that is the most important part of the message. This is only the second time I listened to it, was here with you. I gotta wake up first, though. So, because it dealt with captivity, the fucking dream freaked me out. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, oh my God, this dream is so weird. It's a good thing that my spirit speaks to me and I hear it and I stay calm as I'm receiving these messages. I pulled from the P&Q Oracle. Negotiations are underway to release you from captivity. Interesting. Because I'm like, hold on, who's in captivity? Somebody's in captivity to sleep. In captivity to sleep. We're not talking about getting rest in your head. Oh, by the way, welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. My beautiful soul, on this beautiful day, we're gonna let the message channel through in every type of way and deliver them to you through the mouth of me, Melinda, NailFanatic. I'm the one you see. Praise. Okay, so after these messages, we'll be right back. Negotiations are underway to release you from captivity. Okay. We watched an episode of Stargate Atlantis. We started watching the Stargate Atlantis series. Oh my goodness, there's so many Stargates to watch. Okay. In this episode, there was a planet with a community that there's this penal island they have, where they send their worst of the worst offenders, criminals. They have no real crime levels in their community because their criminals are sent to this penal island. Nobody wants to get banished to this island because those residents on that island are there as a sort of a garden for others to come and eat them. And these others are called wraiths. These wraiths, they take the life force energy from these people on this penal colony island, this area, I believe it's an island, and the wraiths looking a lot like the different gang members to these different houses where all these beautiful children were kept in a docile state. It's a situation from which there appears to be appearances show there's no immediate escape. Good thing that we don't fall off of appearances. We don't judge things by appearances. And we know that there's more than meets the eye. More than meets the eye. Transformers. Oh, gosh. Okay. What else? The traditional means of getting something done is not going to work here. So whatever you would normally do to change the situation, circumstances, that's not what works here. What? Well, I didn't see any part of the dream where it showed how it did work. Can you come through and show us what we need to do if we feel like we're being held captive by some sort of energy draining, dominant, brutal, and demonic energy? Somebody feels, it's not you guys. It's the ones around. Okay. We were putting you into their perspective. Okay, we want you to understand the perspective of those who you are surrounded by. We want you to take a day and a moment in their steps. First off, they're being gassed. They're being gassed. They're being given some sort of gas that keeps them very docile. Don't go questioning anything. Don't ask questions. Don't do research. And definitely don't trust in your intuition. Don't connect to source. What? That's foolishness. That's just some show on TV. Don't do stuff like that. Stay your ass in your fucking place is what they're really saying. Stay in your fucking place. Stay in this house and don't do shit but stare at the TV all day. That's what they're really trying to say. Oh, Lord. Come through, come through. Oh, my candle went out. I've been sitting here too long to get ready this morning. This afternoon. It is afternoon. Need another tea light. Okay. Okay, thank you. And even that was part of this channel message because I got to wake up first, though. Once they wake up, they tend to sit around too long on what they know. Sitting around too long on what they know. Okay. Instead of acting on it expeditiously, they're sitting around too long on what they know. Not taking action when they've seen that there was smoke can being put in the face of the baby. So there's something here about spiritual babies. Ooh. Okay. So the traditional ways of spiritual, they're pacifiers. I'm hearing they're pacifiers. So okay, somebody might get really pissed off about what I'm about to say, but you know what? That's not my fucking problem. We're just bringing what we're hearing, and hey, this is what Spirit is showing me. So I love my crystals. Y'all know I wear my crystals in different ways. I've had different ones throughout the years we've been doing the show, and eventually I retire them. I've got some on my table and all that stuff. So take it the fucking way it resonates and leave the rest. Okay, what they're showing me is, so the spiritual baby is birthed. Somebody becomes aware of the fact that I'm hearing that there's something else other than mainstream religion. Okay, once you become aware of that, now we're going to keep you docile with the smoke. We're going to keep you controllable with the smoke. It looked like a hairspray can. But it was blowing a constant stream of smoke. That way. Over that way, blowing a constant stream of smoke, and they put it right, and the baby's sitting in a high chair at the table, and they just got it blown right at the baby's face. And I'm looking at it saying, what the fuck is that? That's not right. The baby shouldn't have anything in their face like that. This is ridiculous. So what they're doing is using the attributing of your authentic power to elements, to external forces. Whether you're, yes, crystals carry their own vibration. Yes, they have their own energy. Yes, Gaia does too. Yes, so does the sun, the moon, and all of these different things. But what's been keeping one's docile when they're spiritual babies is believing, the belief that any of those elements are required. No, see, there's a crystal that's in your brain. Did you know that? It's actually a little tiny in the center of your brain. You are more powerful than any of these elements because you have the divine power of thought, of intention, of word, of action. What else? Okay. And by attributing those powers, for example, the power of psychic receptivity to the amethyst. Oh, when I wear my amethyst, I'm psychic. No, you're giving your power to the fucking amethyst. The amethyst has its own power, yet so do you. Need to ground and clear? You don't have to go do something or hold something. It's all within you. Visualize the energy path flowing through. We've given you a meditation in the past, the infinity meditation for grounding. One moment, please. Okay, the infinity meditation for grounding. We gave this to you because it's one of the most beautiful techniques you can do to immediately allow the flow of this divine consciousness energy in you, which will immediately replace any false perceptions, any misgivings, any false, anything that is contrary to your authentic nature. Anything that is contrary to your authentic nature. So the reason why these ones are stuck in a cycle by brutes that they cannot escape is because they are still giving their power away to an external source. It's no different the crystal from the preacher in the confessional booth for the Catholics. Why are we saying it that way? It's an externalizing of your power. It's an externalizing of your power. It's an externalizing of your power. When we want you to take it completely into you and realize that it is yours, and you didn't even have to take it into you, what you're taking into you is the acceptance of what was always yours. Empowering your true authentic nature to shine through. Did you know that you were made of stardust? Scientists know that it's true. The light that is you is the same that you see every night in the stars and the luminaries. It is at the same time powerfully shining forth like the sun constantly, as it is like the moon, coming and going in phases of lightness and darkness, reflecting the power of the sun. At times you stand in your spiritual power, and at times you withdraw, retreat. Very important cycles, each one, as they lend to the seasons in your life. And like the stars, every time you go into your intuition, there is guidance there. Every single time you decide to access, for example, the infinity meditation, accessing collective consciousness, divine awareness, divine consciousness, it's always there. This channel likes to close the eyes because it removes the physical perception. This channel smokes a lot because there's a lot of transmuting of energies going on. This channel is constantly transmuting energies, bringing it in and releasing it. And this is something that you're doing automatically too. And the higher you raise your vibration, the more energy will move through you. And the brighter you allow your sun to shine, it doesn't mean that they will respond any differently than they would in their own mind, life, and time. But your energy is there. Like a blisteringly hot summer day in Las Vegas. And negotiations are being held. So what's interesting is others are coming to the table. A discussion is being held. The negotiations that are being held for your release from captivity is the understanding, the gathering of additional information about your authentic nature, how it works, how to use it, and sharing that boldly and bravely with the others that surround you. The old ways will not work. In the old ways, thank you, they were accessing a lot of dark energies. Now back to the Stargate Atlantis episode. In this episode, there were wraith. There was one wraith in particular who was in charge of this penal colony. It was his personal feeding ground. Now, as all the other wraith were also awakened, he began to feel the pressure from the others because they needed more feeding, but there were not enough humans available to feed from. So they all wanted to come feed here. Now they're showing me the fight that occurred in heavens from the Bible, in which the angels cast out all of the demons and confined them to earth. So there are more wraiths now. They want to feed on the humans. Being awake is what makes you inaccessible as nourishment for these wraiths. Quote unquote wraiths. So, what else? Get the cards. Which cards? Yeah? Yeah, okay. So, we're going to use the Wild Unknown Archetypes. The discussion is being held. Is this the table in the video in the discussion in this card that's being represented? Is this the table? Is this table here for all of us? Absolutely yes. Okay. To partake of this greater level of awareness of our authentic self for our own empowerment, because the more empowered we are, the more we are living in our authentic nature, and the more empowered is the entire collective, my beautiful collective. Card number 65 says the prayer. There's a hand reaching out of the ground, and if being captive and trying to find your way out, realizing you're captive, realizing how you're being kept docile and subdued, it is no better. I feel like there's no, this hand reaching out of the ground is the best representation of that experience in one picture. The prayer. The prayer happened when you said, there's something wrong here. This shouldn't be happening. This isn't right. That baby doesn't need smoke in its face. The prayer happened when you said, you know what? I found something, and I found my power, and I found that it requires no external tools, and that it's truly within me. And a lot of people don't know this. I'm going to open my mouth. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to start this conversation. Really? Okay. The prayer came through when somebody realized that there was an authority figure that was mistreating and abusing the masses. But certain legalities had to unfold to release humanity from its captivity, of which they had no idea because they were kept docile and content. They were given the food that they needed. Of course, the surroundings were quite sloppy. It was in shambles. It was like a person who never cleans their house, and they're kind of like a hoarder, and there's shit everywhere. I mean, there's walking room, but there's shit on the floor. There's shit on the corner. There's shit on the table. It's been sitting there for years. If you were to pick it up, there's a ring that's just sitting around it from all the shit that's spilled there. It was in shambles. It needed a whole cleaning team to come through. Thank you. Thank you. Come through. Praise. And anything that doesn't allow that cleaning to come through, would you like to uncreate and destroy it right now? Yes, yes. Yep, that's it right there. That's it right there. Whew. Okay. What does the book have to say? Oh, goodness. Strong, 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 strong. Feeling so strong. Thank you, Norma Jean, for moderating. Okay. Eric, our first commenter of the day. Christina, Erica, Dance Walker, Royal Sag, Sugar Army, There's something here for you, baby. It's your first time. I've never seen your name here before. There's something here for you. So just sit and chill and let's see what comes through and see how it heals. Okay. So card number 65. Somebody, the number 65 is very significant in your life. Somebody's address, I'm seeing somebody's address is 65. For somebody, I'm seeing a combination lock and the last number is 65. And there's somebody in your life who knows the first two numbers and they're trying to figure out that last number because they want to steal what you got inside of your lockbox, baby. This is your warning. This is the prediction. You watch this slick motherfucker. You know exactly who it is because they were looking a little too hard when your intuition was telling you, why the fuck are you letting them watch? Go tell them to sit in the living room. Now they know where your lockbox is and they've got the first two numbers. You know your last number is 65. Either move the, I heard you could set this person up so slick. Move the goods to another place that's secure and leave the safe, the lockbox where it is. And watch. Just fucking watch. You'll know exactly because somebody's doubting their intuition saying this person is trying to steal from you. Okay. Anything else? 6 and 5 equals 11. 6 is a number of harmony. 5 is a number of changes, of fluctuation. It's a pivoting point, the halfway mark between here and there. Okay, so things are going to change when you harmonize with yourself about going through this new, different experience. There's a new, different experience. With the 11, it's giving me the runway signals. You're clear for a go. Go in this direction. It's bringing up your nerves. It's giving you some anxiety, some, oh my gosh, I didn't know if this is a good idea. Go! They said go, 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 go. You know what it is. Okay, the prayer. The worship, the reverence, the homage are the main key words here. When it's light, offering to be of service and asking for guidance. When dark, expecting results and self-aggrandizement. Okay, what is prayer? When we are in a state of prayer and when are we not? When are we in a state of prayer and when are we not? Okay, pause. They're telling me to stop and answer these questions from what I've received previously. What is prayer? Prayer is a communication with the divine consciousness, with the higher self, with your angels, your ancestors, your guides, with God, with source, with the universe. How do you like to speak? Which is your vernacular? Accessing the collective consciousness, the cosmic consciousness, the universal consciousness. When are we in a state of prayer and when are we not? As we've channeled it before, we are constantly in a state of prayer. A lot of people have this idea that you're only in a state of prayer when you're doing like this or like this or like this. But the fact of the matter is your prayer is your entire life experience. It's all a prayer. It's all communication with the divine. To whom or what do we pray? Well, we've already answered that with all those different titles that we just gave. Okay, continuing with the book. Archetypically, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent self-centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. Some say we are in a state of prayer anytime we are not the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, this card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do. Experiment with the act of bowing down. Nearly all spiritual traditions make a practice of prostration. When I'm reading that statement to you from this book, immediately I'm shown an experience in which I channeled a dance with my father about, how many years later was it? Maybe 15 years later, 20 years later, maybe more. I don't recall exactly. I remember coming into my studio. I was by myself and I was in a state of gratitude because I had manifested a couple of experiences really quickly that involved external parties bringing gifts to me, and it happened. So I took my hands and I said, Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just did this while I was standing up. Before I could move my hands off, they stayed. Because immediately the presence of my father came in, and I had a beautiful, very important and significant spiritual experience in that time where I was able to dance with my father, which was a dream of mine. Okay. I got some important guidance that freed me from a brute that day. Perfect. Some of you are being held captive by a brute because you're holding on to an item, a physical item that this individual gave to you. You're holding on to this physical item that somebody gave to you. Their energy is connected to it. Their energy is connected to it, and it's of no value to you. The only thing that will happen when you hold on to this is you will keep this person's energy in your life so strongly. Remove it. Destroy it if possible. I heard you can bury it. You can cast it out to the ocean, to the river, to the lake. You can put it in the garbage can. You could break it. I danced with my father to the song Dance with My Father by Luther. It was perfect. It felt like I was guided on a conveyor belt. I knew I had free will to remove myself as my body moved through my shop around to go get my cell phone, to put the song on, to plug it to the speaker so I could hear it loudly, and danced with my father. It felt like I was being moved on a conveyor belt. I knew I could come off at any point in time. And what my father said, "Are you sure you're okay with this?" And I said, "Yes, I am okay with this. Yes, I am okay with this." "Are you sure you're not afraid?" "No, I'm not afraid of this. I've been waiting for this for a long time. This is all a telepathic conversation that's happening." And one final time I was asked, "If you're not okay with this, we don't have to do this." "No, I'd like this to continue, please, and thank you." I danced with my father. To dance with my father again. Yes, it was beautiful. Immediately, when I finished dancing with my father, I was shown the object that I had in my studio. I was shown the individual that gave it to me and the intentions that they had for me. Somebody was milking from my energy. Just like the wraiths were keeping someone captive for feeding purposes. Somebody is holding on to an object that needs to be removed from your physical life because you and this individual, they're no good in your life. You know they're a demonic energy. You know they're a fucking vampire. You know that everything in your life went into chaos when this person came in. Why are you holding on to gifts from them? Remove yourself from them. I heard when you take time to silence, if you don't know what I'm talking about already, they're saying when you take time to silence and still yourself, silence and stillness, to just receive the energy and possibly prostrate just a little. There's something about touching your thumbs to your forehead, opening up the pineal gland very powerfully. When I run access bars services on individuals, there are certain hand positions that you're given. And in one of them, my spiritual guidance said, do the position the way they showed it, but put the thumbs up here. There's an energy that is accessing there. So there's something about the thumbs. Okay, taking notes. I got homework to do. There's something about the thumbs and the energy that's coming through it, and the thumbs and the ability to access the pineal. It's a trigger point, self-built within your mechanism. You are living in a fine robotic vessel. It's an organic, biorobotic bioelectrical robot, and it's driven by the consciousness that you are. Okay. The prayer. Accessing the consciousness. They say go back to the book, and there's something else that I'm supposed to address here. One moment, please. There we go. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. That grouping of words is what they're drawing my eyes to. Okay. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. There's something you've been holding on to. It's not beneficial for you. Remove it from your experience. Give us a peek. What the fuck is it? Why you just gonna give me some information like that and you like that's kind of fucking because it's so different for all of you. All of you have different items. Okay. You all have different items. For somebody it's a necklace, for somebody it's a shirt, for somebody it's a blanket, for somebody it's a pillow, for somebody it's a hat, for somebody it's what is it? Okay, what is it that you're holding on to? It's a ring for somebody, okay? For somebody it's a mirror. All right, let's take a little bit of cards on this because, wow, the channel session very strong here today. Discussions are underway. Awareness is coming through. Somebody who knows. I'm the one who knows. I'm the one who really knows. Come through Brentwoods. I love my musical guides. They're so awesome. Okay, so you're sitting here watching this video and you're like, what the fuck is she talking about? If that's you, don't worry. Your consciousness is accepting it. In time, more understanding will be revealed to you. Some of you are sitting there watching this and you're saying, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know what you mean. You're right. I don't need these external things. All I need is my own self because I am a human being. Somebody likes Pippi Longstocking. Just got that. What? King of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. This is the female King of Wands energy. What do we need to know about this King of Wands energy? The King of Pentacles. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Masculine energy. It is the male King card. Okay. Being guided to put those side by side. What is happening between these two kings? What is happening between these two kings is we three kings. We three kings. We three kings. Blah, blah, da, da, blah. I hear good tidings we bring. Okay, what the fuck? There's a powerful connection between two people. Somebody is being woken up from a dreamlike state. They asked to understand some things in their life. They asked for a feeling of personal power. They asked for awareness. They asked for consciousness. This was before these two met. Now they're at the table. They're together. They're having a discussion. These two individuals, on one side of the table, there's a fire sign energy. On the other side of the table, there's an earth sign energy. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's your zodiac sign because it's coming through as an energy. This has to do with your personality. On one side of the table, the fire sign energy is talking about being very charismatic, open, performing, very influential. I'm the life of the party. Somebody is the life of the party. Okay. Having a very magical and captivating energy, people tend to do what this person wants them to. This person is covered in red. So for someone, red is like their favorite color or something like that. They love the red. This person is somebody who could be an actor, a performer of some sort, somebody who presents something externally. They have no fucking shame. This person is bold. You can't make this person be timid. This person has no timidity in them. They are not a timid person. This person is bold and outspoken, and they'll say what is on their mind. And it's magical that they do. On the other side of the table, we have somebody who, in their personality and their energy, they're very stable. They're very focused on the tangible world. So this person collects assets. They build up assets with the purpose of being able to give and provide for those in their experience. There's also the energy of pay to Rome what Rome is due. But what you... oh gosh. Okay. But what you'll find out is Rome is not due anything from you. They have aggrandized themselves as a position of power. The energy that's coming through right now, what they showed me, is government's abuse of power. The governments are doing illegal things and getting away with it because the people have forgotten what is in their own laws and do not hold the governments accountable, but like the gas in the baby's face, they're pacified. They are docile, just as they were taught to be. So, there's one part of this experience. The Five of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Their self-sabotage is one of the key words that I have here in the past. This is in the past. Self-sabotage. Were they aware so much? I hear no. They were not completely aware, but they're coming into awareness now, and there's something to do about it, and they're doing something about it. Okay. Anything else you want to say about this? Okay. With these two energies, the actions and the resources being pulled together in this whole conversation that's happening, oh boy, this is reconciling. There's a reconciliation here. For someone, sidebar message, there's a reconciliation, a joyful reconciliation between a fire sign and an earth sign. Okay. They might be going out to eat together. Just two people at a table enjoying one another's company. What's interesting is I'm hearing these governments are being now held accountable. So in regards to this governmental situation, what I'm hearing is the conversation that's on the table right now is how to handle this for the best. Because as information is released, as awareness grows, I hear the word dissension and unrest is likely to ensue because so many will not want to accept or hear the truth. Okay. What you need to do about this, I hear what you need to do about this is stay here. You have a tribe. Y'all play the same game. Y'all know how to do this game a little bit differently than the other ones do. Everybody can't hula hoop. And don't let them hula hoop with you. And if they ain't got the whole hula hoop, then guess what? They ain't part of your tribe. Stick with your tribe. We have 12 live. Ancestors are present. Yes. Yes. 3 on the card times 4. Thumbs up. There should be 12. There should be more. I'm just saying because we got 12 live. Anyhow, 3 times 4 equals 12. Ancestor energy, baby, come through. We don't know you. We don't know your name. We've never seen your face. But we see a smile. And we see that there's one representative of this ancestor energy that steps forward. Thank you. Circling back in our channel message today to my dance with my father. And how at that time, my father was the most loving connection on the other side that I could relate to. Now, what I didn't mention is my mother also came through, okay? But my father being the active energy, my mother was sitting on the stairs that I had built for my pedicure throne, for my queens that came and visit me, the empress, you know. Anyhow, mother was sitting there watching the whole time, okay? She was also present, okay? Keep coming. So what do you need to do? Stick with your tribe. Stick with your tribe. Don't worry about everything else going on out there. Somebody would say, what? How can I want to blow the whistle on this. I just want everybody to know. I just want to fix this for our humanity. I want to do something about it. Like, how can I just sit here and do nothing? But see, in your doing this, in your union with those who are holding that vibration. Everybody has their hula hoop. They know how to hula hoop. They bring their own hula hoop to the party. Everybody in connection with their authentic self as you're socializing here, as you're enjoying that energy, even if it's just online across the table like this, you know, between you and me. As you're doing that, you're lending to the resolution, the solution. The resolution. The resolution. So somebody thought that the way things are going was going to be the solvent to the circumstance of captivity. Well, let's just not let them know. Well, apparently there is a resolution coming out. So what do you need to do? Stay in your 3 of Cups energy, which is good times with good people, good drink, good food, good music, playfulness, friendship, siblings, tribe, the love and peace and happiness tribe. It's that, okay? The Guardian Angel Tarot really wants to speak. It's been trying to speak since yesterday. They started preparing me to use it today. So what is the most important message for the Love, Peace, and Happiness tribe at this time, please and thank you. So thankful and grateful to be of service, which is one of the words of the prayer. Some of you were asking for how to change your energy, for how to free yourself. First off, you got to know how you're being held captive. You got to wake up. The first thing is I got to wake up first, though, to be released from these wraith energies. So if you've just recently realized that somebody is using you, that somebody is manipulating you, don't be upset. Don't be mad. Handle business, man. See, the only cups in here is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go have a great feeling. It doesn't say get mad. This is go enjoy time with those who are on your team, with those who are your tribe. What else? Okay. Your entire life is your prayer. Things have been difficult for you. You're coming into a whole new level of stability that's really going to delight you. And it's because because of the choices that you've made. It's because of the choices that you have made that you're coming into this great stability and effectiveness, I'm hearing. You're coming into this great period of joy, of pure positive connection with others. Remember, everybody is not awake. You cannot make them wake up. You cannot do anything about that. But negotiations are underway. There's a resolution being brought up. The old idea of what was going to solve the problem did not work. Somebody is going to be held accountable here, whether that's on a government level, a relationship level, or some other level. From the Guardian Angel Tarot card, seeing clearly, it's time to view things from a different perspective. You have the blessed gift to see past the current situation and envision amazing possibilities. Don't worry. The pause and momentum while you rethink your plan won't last. Embrace your uniqueness and allow it to serve you. This is a hangman energy. And again, 12 come through. Ancestors come through. It's card number 12. Come through. You're seeing things from a different perspective now. If you haven't, you will begin to soon. Okay? Don't worry. The pause and momentum. Your tribe will be drawn to you. Go about living your life in this energy with yourself and your... So people be like, are you here by yourself? I go out a lot by myself. I always have. And they'd be like, I don't like to tell people I'm by myself because you don't know who these people are. So they'd be like, oh yeah, are you here with anyone? Are you here by yourself? I'd be like, oh, I'm here with my 2 best friends. What they don't know is my 2 best friends is myself and I. Yeah, my 2 best friends are around here somewhere. So somebody needs to do this until the 2 best friends show up in your physical experience. It's time to wake up. The old ways won't work. Your power is not outside of you. It's inside of you. Stop giving your power away to external situations, items, circumstances, etc. And somebody is holding on to an item that really just needs to be removed because the energy of it is it's like in secret spy reconnaissance missions where they put a wiretap. Secretly drawing out. Secretly tapped into what is going on there. I know sometimes you feel alone, but you're never on your own. Remember your two best friends. You could say your collective consciousness and Gaia. Remember, you have two best friends there. There's other ways you can fill in the blank, but guess what? The more you appreciate what you do have, the before you know it, there'll be more do having, and it won't just be you and yourself and you as your two best friends. Me, myself, and I. You'll actually have friends there around you. For somebody, the energy of the third is very important because one makes two, and those two together make three. Just saying. Oh, Lordy. What is the most important message for my beautiful love and peace and happiness tribe at this time from the Download Oracle, my own custom creation? Whew, here we go. The way my karma is set up, it multiplies and hits you. So make sure it's good. Now, we've talked a lot. So what I saw when I chose this image was golden light of consciousness. And it goes out into the future was the way I saw it. Okay, so here's the thing. People consciously make choices every freaking day. And the energy they put out towards you, it multiplies and it returns to them. Likewise, the energy you're putting out every day multiplies and returns to you. Sometimes it comes from the same direction you sent it. Most times it does not come from anywhere near there. Got to get the fuck out of there to go see where it's coming back from. Okay. Likewise, these oppressive fucking race that been milking off of you with their demonic energies, the brutes, whether these are a physical brute, for somebody, this is a physical brute who's been controlling you financially. Somebody has been under somebody else's financial control. You're about to be bust loose, baby. I'm busting loose. I don't know what song that's from. Maybe it's called Busting Loose. Okay. Continue to sit in this energy because the energy that you're putting out is coming back to you, just like the energy that's coming to you is going back to them. And a lot of it has to do with your conscious awareness of the way this energy flows and your utilization of your own life principles, your morals, your integrity, your honesty, your well wishes, your higher vibration, all of those things. The stuff is coming back to you. I want to get something about relationships because for somebody, somehow, I don't know how you applied this channel message to your relationship, but somebody did that. Somebody did that. Where the card deck at that I'm looking for? You know what one I'm looking for. Why are you doing this? Where is it at? Oh, thank you. Okay. So let's see something about romantic experiences for somebody here who's finding resonance here. They're probably looking at a King of Wands and a King of Pentacles. So there's possible same-sex connection here, but one energy is more feminine than the other. Okay. What's the most important message for the tribe at this time? Please and thank you. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So I'm looking at the screen. We have 10 live, 7 thumbs up. And what I'm hearing is the star card. It's card number 17. You're following the divine plan, the number 7, the 10, okay, about physical wholeness, about your physical 3D experience. And then we have a 10 of Pentacles here. You're following the divine plan. What you're wrapping up, you need to be wrapping up. What's coming to fruition for you, it's divine time. Everything is working out in divine time. And in regards to your romantic love life, divine timing is at work. Okay? For somebody here, the feminine energy is more masculine. Correction, say it more clearly so they know what the fuck I'm saying. The female physical form is in a more masculine energy, and the more masculine presenting form Thank you. In not physical form, presenting form, okay? The more female presenting form is actually more masculine, and the more masculine presenting form is actually more feminine in this 3D experience. Divine timing is at play in your life, and it's important that you have freed yourself. If you're currently in the phase that we've talked about freeing yourself from some brute, some wraith, some vampiric energy, some toxic bullshit, good job. That's what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. If you're not, then honey, you need to rethink this process right here. And I know you're not the brute if you're watching this, because the brute ain't in tune with my channel. Can't touch this, and you can't touch this. Can't touch this. Whoo, I heard in your spirit team is all on the job. If somebody ain't got no business touching your energy, spirit ain't gonna let them cross. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to jail. I'm like, how much money is that? So somebody, and did you see the face I made? Somebody want to come around and ask you for some money. Honey, and God said, no. Oh, I heard somebody want to come around and offer some D if you could give them some money. No. If that's you, no. It's hammer time. Whoa. Oh, God. Hammer time. I'm just watching MC Hammer do the dance with the big old balloon pants. And it's hammer time. It's time for you to put the fucking hammer down on this bullshit. Wow, who the fuck do you think you are to just come around here and ask me for some money like that? This is not the relationship it used to be before. As a matter of fact, it's a do not go. As a matter of fact, that's why they can't even reach you, and you're not even going to find out about it, but you got the feeling of it. Maybe somebody from your past is on your mind. They really, especially if you really gave this person a lot of financial benefits from being in your presence, oh, they really want to come around and ask you for some money, something like that, or some sweet thing. They want some of your cookies. Somebody wants your cookies, or is it your sausage? If it's sausage, it's not me. I like cookies, not sausage. Anyways, free yourself from this vampiric, brutal, demonic energy if you haven't already, because, honey, it's fucking time. And don't be tempted by somebody trying to come in and put the smack down on that booty in order to get, you know, your resources, your assets, dig their claws back in. Don't allow it. Do not allow it. What is the guidance? This is the Manifest Soulmate Oracle deck, and let's see what is the guidance, the most important guidance for my tribe at this time. Please and thank you for the love and peace and happiness. Tribe. What is the most important message for them at this time, please and thank you. So thankful and grateful to be of service today. I already showed you for a while I was guided to hold this up. So if you wanted a personal reading, I hope you've already sent your $10 US donation minimum to any of these accounts. If so, I will address your personal question with my tarot cards in just a minute. If you haven't done it, you better hurry up and get it done. Get it done. Okay. If you don't catch it during the live, you might just have to hold on for a minute, because I might have other clients or other things to do in between the time that I'm able to get to that and you. So let's see, what do we have? Most important guidance for you at this time, please. And thank you for giving this video a thumbs up. We have 10 live and 9 thumbs up. So let's see what we could do to raise those numbers, yo. So more people can get these empowering messages. Oh my God, this shit right here. What do you need to know? Oh my, I don't like this. I'm just going to tell you this. Before I read this fucking card, I'm going to tell you why I don't like this. You come complete. You are complete. You were born like this, right? You have everything you need this way. You were designed by the divine. Some of you always, ooh, okay, so this message is not through. After these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah. So, some of you have questioned why my other parent was never in my life. Why were neither of my parents never in my life? Didn't they love me? Was there something wrong with them or with me? Well, here's the thing. Your physical genetic parents, biological parents, created a chemical reaction that equals you. And It required their specific combination of genetics in order for you to be as perfect as you are. So some of you, part of those genetic came from a mooch, a person who is unmotivated. Some of y'all genetic contribution needed to come from a fucking brute, from one of these races. No, really? Whoa, that's a fucking whole lot to say right there, sir, ma'am. Oh, that's a lot to say. You just said a whole mouthful with that. Wow. Okay, can we move on now? Yes, okay. Either way, wherever that energy that contributed to your DNA was received from, it was by divine design, honey. Every time, honey. So if they weren't in your physical 3D experience, they were not supposed to be. They were just supposed to be the contributor of their DNA, because the divine consciousness, the collective consciousness, the energy on earth was calling forth for a specific mixture, and that is you. So know that. The card says, according to Greek mythology, humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, a head with 2 faces. Fearing their power, Zeus split them into 2 separate beings, condemning them to spend their lives in search of their other halves, from Plato's The Symposium. And this is the fucking mythology. They say it clearly. It's mythology. It's a fucking lie that the Greeks created because they were fucking raised. And the idea that you're missing something keeps you in a lower vibration, which allows them to easily consume your energy, to keep you in a state of dysfunction, to keep you disempowered as you are dismembered from your authentic nature. And it creates a split in your consciousness. Thank you. Come through, come through. And that's what's coming together at this time. That's what's coming together at this time for all of you. Even if you have resonance with the rest of that stuff, that's still true. But this is what's coming together now for all of you. You're learning that you are not missing anything or anyone from your experience. You are whole and complete, independently on your own, simultaneously connected to all that is, yet completely whole. And your intuition's assisting you in remembering yourself. See, one of the biggest control mechanisms that these darker energies, both physical and spiritual, have used in controlling you, masterminding you is the way it's came through. And masterminding you is the idea that you are missing something from owning the very, this is so root issue to every fucking thing in your life experience that you're like, God damn, this is some bullshit right here. Is because the deep-seated acceptance of the idea that you were missing anything. Wow. And somebody says, well, Melinda, I could use some more money in my account. I could use some more food in my fridge. I could use some more pairs of shoes. I could use some more money. I could use some more. What is it? I could use some more love. I could use some more friends. I could use some. Listen, you're not missing shit. Okay. It was the idea that you were missing something, that you did not have something. This is why I have an adversity for people telling me, I miss you, or I missed you. They say it. They don't know what they say. Lord, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what spells they cast upon themselves. And please help them to see it rapidly. Thank you. For everybody's best outcome here. Once you sit and reconcile yourself with yourself, it is the creative power of the universe being unleashed within you by decisive deliberateness. It is magical. It creates magic. I could do magic, baby. I'll perform a trick for you. Yes. This understanding of yourself is worth waiting for. You know, because of the programming, this is the programming that we were given, that there is something missing from you. You're only half a person. You know, you need to find somebody else to make your life complete. All this shit programming that we have adopted, we have dismembered ourselves, but now we are remembering ourselves. In that contains all the other messages that we delivered today. And you need to know that it's having an effect on these government issues as well. That is a true whistleblower. As ones unite themselves to themselves, they find that all this other stuff unlocks because it was all tangled up. See, this was a big wrench in somebody's plan. This was a big wrench in somebody's plan. The way they're showing it to me is a series of cogs, like the intricacies of a watch or a clock. Not the digital kind, the old school kind. The one like mine, my German clock, it's like 400 years old, 300 years old, something like that, that my grandmother brought me, or my aunt brought me from Germany. It's an authentic Black Forest cuckoo clock. It has the acorn chains that hang. It's absolutely beautiful, but its inner workings, there are gears. And if any of those gears are off, it will not function correctly. Likewise, this idea was a core issue, that there is something you are missing, that there is something you must find of yourself. And it's not a find of yourself, it's a remembering. You're already there. It's already in you. All you gotta do is recognize it too. And then give yourself time to adjust to that knowledge. Give yourself time to adjust to that knowledge and follow your intuitive guidance as you begin to apply it by doing things that are different for you, like allowing the dance with my father to come through. We asked her 3 times first if she was in agreement with it, because we had tried to come to her 3 times before that, and she freaked the fuck out and ran. But she doesn't do that anymore. She does it actually more and more every day, because she's making more and more videos every day. And every time she does these videos, that's why you say, oh yeah, that's my life right there. Yay, thank you. Because she's not afraid to do this anymore, because she knows that she's complete on her own. And this is everybody's authentic nature, to own. The more you see that, the more you'll connect everything in your life. As you are connected to you, you will connect to everything else too. This equals dreams coming true, because the right people, situations, and circumstances are now aligned with you, because you're aligned with yourself. As within, so without. As above, so below. When you believe that you are not aligned with yourself, that affects your physical experiences. You need to know. If you don't already, you're going to learn today. Here's the thing. Interesting. The hottest love has the coldest end. This has been a deterrent for a lot of you, a distraction. The endings. Always worrying about the endings ensures that the endings are right at your door. In the beginning, you're not thinking about endings immediately, but it doesn't take long for most of you then to see the ending. And you begin to worry about it and take action steps to prevent it. But in your focus on it, you're creating it. It must be. It exists in your own creative mentality. But when you know that you're missing nothing, you see, whether it comes or goes, you're just there for the good times and the blessings that it shows. And sometimes that comes with a little bit of resistance. And some of you work through these and some of you don't. But at some point, paths deviate and you stay in your same blessed state, because you know that it was always you that you were looking for. It was you. It was you. It was always about you. It was not about them. Okay. Whew. That's what we have for you today, because we could go on and on and on and on, but guess what? We reached the end. That's all, folks. So I'm going to be checking my phone now to see who sent in their donations for their personal mini readings today. I saw that Ladybug is here. Ladybug had a question. I'm going to get to your question first, but I got to know what is your question, love. If you've already put it, I'm going to look, but anybody else who wants to get on my list, you get on my list with your 10 minimum US dollar donation received on any of these accounts. And you're going to have to act quickly, okay? Because when I'm done, I'm done. And if another one comes after, you can wait, or you can email it to me and get the regular $10 mini reading to your one question. It is per question. You will only get one question, and I will automatically put the first question that you put. If you put 3 questions up there, I'm going to answer one, the top one, okay? So, what do we have for Ladybug? I'm checking to see. I see $10 from Kat. Thank you, love. So grateful for that. And that was yesterday. Already did that reading. She said, Spirit breadcrumbed me last time. Lesson received. What's next? Clarity. So you want to know what's next. Got it. See your question. All right. So for Ladybug, we're asking the question, what's next? Okay. For all of you who stick around to the end of this, I've been told to give you a free yes or no. So begin to compose your question now. Your free yes or no. That's for everybody who's watching it right now. Okay. And in the question box, to connect to the energy of the yes or no, okay, they're saying make sure that you put an emoji that represents the experience that you have in your mind. Okay. All right. So we'll do one yes or no card pull. You will all formulate the question so that the answer will come through for all of you. Okay. So, Ladybug, what's next? The Angel Tarot cards want to speak to you again. The Guardian Angel Tarot wants to speak for Ladybug. Oh, yeah, okay. Because just like you, your question was here from yesterday, just like these cards were on my mind yesterday and today too. And so your question is perfectly answered with these. They were connecting to your answer since yesterday. So let's see what we have for Ladybug. What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next for Ladybug? I heard, thank you, next. Thank you, next. Thank you. Next, I'm so fucking grateful for my ex. Yes, praise. Ladybug, Ladybug, Ladybug. Ladybug, Ladybug, Ladybug. Ladybug, Ladybug. Okay, Ladybug. Messenger of action. Ooh. So just reading the title of the card. I haven't read any of the words on it yet. I want to show you the imagery. So the messenger of action. Immediately, Spirit is going to give you that gotta take a shit urge, girl. What's next? Follow the gotta take a shit urge. Because they don't want to tell you about one step. They want you to know how to move through all the steps. It's that gotta take a shit urge. When you're sitting there and they're giving me the phrase hemming and hawing, going back and forth, in other words, in your mind about should I, shouldn't I? Well, if I do, well, if I don't. Just fucking don't. Just don't. That's not it. And no, we're not talking about work or washing your ass or making dinner. Well, sometimes we're talking about making dinner. But those other things, when you do have to eat, it's not a fucking question. When you got to take a shit, you get your ass up, you find a toilet, and you drop the deuce. I'm just saying. It's going to happen. It needs to happen. It's going to happen now. Spirit's going to give you that fire, that impetus, that got to take a shit urge to go. You might wake up in the middle of the night, grab your phone to find some light, go make your way to go handle some sort of business the Spirit puts on your spirit. Now, I'm also getting for you, my beautiful Ladybug, you have been in a phase of there's some darkness surrounding, but you've been following your light to free yourself from it. Keep moving in that direction. Notice the smile on her face. There's confidence here. Keep moving forward confidently. Okay, what does the word say? Something new and exciting related to creativity or your career comes to your attention. You feel an eagerness to learn and you're ready to get going, although you may feel insecure. We said be confident. Do it anyway. This card represents someone in your life, or maybe you, who is creative, enthusiastic, and fascinated by life and who wants to try everything. I see so much world possibility opening up for you because you're in this place where you're following that intuitive guidance. You're following your guiding light, baby. That's what we have for you. Okay, cat. Also for you, cat, you always get a general, so I expect that if you ever have a question, you'll put that in right away so that I won't miss it. From your emojis, it appears that you love your reading. That's awesome. Okay, so for cat, source, what is the perfect message for cat at this time, please? And thank you. Perfect message for cat at this time. So thankful and grateful to be of service. Thank you, thank you, thank you, cat. What's the most important perfect message for cat? You're very welcome. For cat. Okay, 2 more I heard. So 2 more shuffles for cat. Okay. All right. They're saying, cat, try this when you work with your cards. Put both hands on the deck. It doesn't matter which is on top or which is on bottom. Put both hands on the deck. See the flow of energy come through your crown and into your third eye and your throat. Watch it go into the cards and back in a figure 8 loop. In a figure 8 loop, okay? And then pull. Okay, so however you're doing. I was told to pull off the top for you, the 3 of thoughts. Okay, this is 3 of swords energy. There's a truth that hurts like a bee, but it sets you free. You know that your angels surround you. You know that. You know that you're guided. I'm hearing there's a period of rest here for you. You're being watched over. They're always around you. There's also this sense of pride as they look down on you. I feel this. Oh, my baby. This is what I feel. Oh, my baby. This truth that hurts like a bee, it sets you free and it allows you to move into a healing phase, you know? And once you've healed, then an opportunity will come your way. Okay, they're giving me this. So, truth that hurts like a bee sets you free. That's the 3 of swords. Allowing you to move into the healing frequency, the 4 of swords. But you know once you've done the healing work, a challenge will present itself, 5 of swords, that will allow you to get past it because of the training that you had from the 3 of swords in the past. As the doubling of that 3 of swords becomes the empowerment and the use of the wisdom of it with the 6 of swords, and you move on. And you know that it's tough to move on sometime, but you do it because you know it's part of the divine plan, the 7 of swords. And before long, you break through whatever it was holding you back there in the 3 of swords, and that was bringing up the challenge of the 5 of swords for you to overcome it with the 6 of swords. And remember the divine plan. You have the final breakthrough and you're free from it with the 8 of swords. Now in the 9 of swords, you find yourself in gratitude and prayer with your head bowed in gratitude. Thank you so much. Now my thoughts are all aligned and I am connected to my divine and I know what I need to do and I am resolute. In the 9 of swords, the traditional Rider-Waite, all those swords are perfectly hung on the wall. They're no longer different places surround you in your physical experience. You're not allowing your physical experience to be confined by the thoughts. They're not even coming from your own mind anymore. The 8 of swords is also an energy where you realize why you were in this thought process, where you begin to use the powerful question and cast a spell of, is this mine? Where 99.9% of the time, you are going to hear no. And that will allow you to release it and let it flow. Okay. Whew. From the card, it says, loving angels surround you to heal and comfort you. The sadness you feel will fade away in time. And then you'll be able to see clearly how important the situation has been for your spiritual growth. Take the time you need to forgive yourself and others so that you can embrace this future with joy. I love that message for you, beautiful. Whew, we have 6 live and 14 likes. I love that energy. That's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much. I'm going to check my phone one last time. Kat has a channel here on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. Kat, can you please put the link to your YouTube for everybody to go check out your videos? That would be awesome. Okay, it looks like we're complete for today. So I want to be expressing to you the high level of gratitude that I have for everything that you do. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. The greatest love of all is easy to receive. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. The greatest love of all is easy to receive. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. Wow. So thankful and grateful to be of service. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Little bebe. Cat Within Creates. Go watch her channel.